Let knowledge flow like a river, without any hindrance. Don't make it like a stagnant pool. Hello my future Excel wizards. Welcome to our fourth lesson in the Excel for Beginners series. Today, we're diving deep into the heart of spreadsheets, formulas and functions. Think of formulas as the magical tools that transform raw data into meaningful information. They're like the secret sauce that makes your spreadsheet come alive. Ever wondered how to calculate averages, or find specific values? Formulas are your answer. Let's get started and unlock the power of Excel formulas together. Before entering the Excel job market, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video to help others learn Excel. Basic cursor. Start by selecting any cell. Notice the cursor is a white bold cross. This is the basic cursor used for selecting cells and entering data. Four-headed arrow. Position your cursor in the middle of a selected cell. The cursor will change to a four-headed arrow. This symbol indicates that you can move or copy the selected cells to a new location. Fill handle. Position your cursor over the bottom right corner of the selected cell. The cursor will change to a thin black cross. This is known as the fill handle. Filling cells. Click and drag the fill handle to the right. You'll notice that the selected cells are filled with the same value as the original cell. Creating a series. To create a series, enter a different value in the adjacent cell. For example, if you've entered 1 in cell A2, enter 2 in cell B2. Now, select both cells and drag the fill handle to the right. Excel will automatically create a series based on the pattern you've established. Here it is 1, 2, 3 to 10. In our previous video, we learned about the sum function and the handy auto sum feature. Today, let's explore another essential Excel function, average. The average function is used to determine the mean value of a set of numbers. It's a valuable tool for analyzing data and identifying trends. Now, let's calculate the average of these numbers. In cell B3, type equals to average, A2 to J2. This formula tells Excel to calculate the average of the values in cells A2 to J2. Press enter, and the average will be displayed in cell B3. When you type few letter along underneath equals to, you will find the name list of the function. By clicking on the list you can choose the function. The syntax type 1, for the average function is, equals to average, A2 to J2, where A2, J2, are the cell designation ranges you want to average. The syntax type 2, for the average function is, equals to average, A2, B2, C2, D2, E2, F2, J2, where A2, B2, C2, etc. are the numbers or cell designation you want to average. The objective of demonstrating the syntax type 2 is, we can pick any date that is essential for us. The syntax type 3, for the average function is, equals to average, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, where 1, 2, 3, etc. are the numbers you want to average. Using cell references, you can use cell references, like A2 A11, to make your formulas more flexible. If you change the values in the referenced cells, the average will automatically update. Combining functions, you can combine the average function with other functions, such as sum and count, to perform more complex calculations. In this video, we learned how to use the average function to calculate the mean value of a set of numbers. Remember, the average function is a powerful tool for data analysis in Excel. In this video, we've explored the different cursor symbols in Excel and their functions. Understanding these symbols is essential for efficient spreadsheet manipulation. Remember to experiment with these cursor symbols to familiarize yourself with their capabilities. With practice, you'll become more proficient in using Excel. In our previous lessons, we've explored functions like count and average. Now, we'll focus on two essential functions, max and min. Max function. The max function is used to identify the largest value, that is the maximum value within a specified range of cells. Syntax 1 equals to max, range. Let's assume you have a list of sales figures in row 3, from A3 to J3. To find the highest sales figure, you would use the formula, equals to max, A3, colon, J3. Syntax 2, equals to max, range 1, range 2. Let's assume you have a list of sales figures in 2 rows, from A3 to J3 and from A5 to J5. To find the highest sales figure, you would use the formula, equals to max, A3, colon, J3, comma, A5, colon, J5. Now you are watching an extra cell and cell number is E4. In between the previous 2 rows and there is a data 100. Look, all the cells, left or right of the cell E4 is blank and we need to include the cell in our operation. In this situation, syntax will be, equals to max, A3, colon, J5. Min function. Purpose of min function. The min function is used to identify the smallest value within a specified range of cells. So to find the minimum sale data in the syntax, we have to replace max by min. Now you are watching the same sets of data that I have used for the max function. Syntax 1 for finding the minimum sale data, equals to min, A3, colon, J3. Just replace the in the syntax 1, that is max, A3, colon, J3, by min. Syntax 2 for finding the minimum sale data, equals to min, A3, colon, J3, comma, A5, colon, J5. Just replace the in the syntax 2, that is max, A3, colon, J3, comma, A5, colon, J5, by min. Syntax 3 for finding the minimum sale data, equals to min, A3, colon, J5, just replace the in the syntax 3, that is max, A3, colon, J5, by min. Syntax 2 and syntax 3, for both max and min function, are the examples of multiple ranges. Combining with other functions, you can combine max and min with other functions, such as average, to perform more complex calculations. The max and min functions are essential tools for identifying the highest and lowest values within a data set. By understanding and using these functions, you can gain valuable insights into your data. Practice using max and min in your own spreadsheets to solidify your understanding and improve your Excel skills. In our previous lessons, we explored various functions like count, average, max, and min. Now, let's delve into the powerful if function. The if function is a logical function that allows you to perform different actions based on a specified condition. It's like asking Excel to make a decision. Syntax for if equals to if logical underscore test value underscore if underscore true value underscore if underscore false. Logical underscore test, this is the condition you want to test. If the condition is true, the function returns the value underscore if underscore true. If the condition is false, it returns the value underscore if underscore false. Value underscore if underscore true, the value that Excel returns if the logical test is true. Value underscore if underscore false, the value that Excel returns if the logical test is false. An interesting fact I discovered during my early days with Excel is that there are limitations to the number of nested if functions you can use within a single formula. In Excel 2007 and earlier, the maximum number of nested ifs is generally around 64. While this limit has been increased in newer versions like Excel 2010 and later, it's still advisable to avoid excessively complex formulas to maintain optimal performance. Now, I'm going to demonstrate a simple example of the if function, but remember, this is just the tip of the iceberg. The if function is a versatile tool that can do much more than this. Let's take our first step into the world of logical functions and discover the magic that if can create in Excel. Let's say we have a table like this. In column A, I've listed the months from January 2024 to June 2024. In column B, you can see the total sales per month. Column C shows the target sales for each month. To create the target difference column, in cell D4, we'll use the formula equals to B4 minus C4. This calculates the difference between the sales amount and the target. A positive value indicates a surplus, while a negative value indicates a deficit. Now, copy the content of cell D4 down to cells D5 through D9. This will automatically calculate the target difference for each month. As you can see, in January 2024, there was a surplus of 7,000. In February 2024, there was no difference. In March 2024, there was a surplus of 5,000. And so on. Now, let's demonstrate the if function in action. We'll use it to automatically provide remarks based on whether the sales target was achieved. In cells E4 to E9, we'll enter the following formula, equals if, D4 0, not achieved, well done. This formula checks if the target difference, column D, is less than 0. If it is, it returns not achieved. Otherwise, it returns well done. Copy this formula down to cells E5 through E9 to apply it to the remaining months. The if function is a versatile tool that allows you to create dynamic and informative spreadsheets. By understanding and using the if function effectively, you can automate decision-making processes and enhance your data analysis capabilities. In our previous lessons, we explored basic formulas and common functions. Now, let's delve into cell references, which play a crucial role in Excel formulas. What are cell references? Cell references are relationships between cells that allow you to refer to values in other cells within your formulas. Types of cell references. Cell references in Excel can be divided into 6 types. 1. Relative references. 2. Absolute references. 3. Mixed references. 4. Circular references. 5. 3D references. 6. Named ranges. In this video, we'll focus on the 3 main types of cell references: relative references, absolute references, and mixed references. We'll discuss circular references, 3D references, named ranges, in more detail at a later stage. For now, let's focus on relative references, which are the most commonly used type. By default, Excel uses relative references. When you copy a formula containing relative references, the cell references adjust based on their relative positions. This is useful for creating formulas that can be easily copied and pasted across a range of cells. Now say we have a simple data set, in cells A3 to A8 and C3 to C8, a series of numbers. Calculate the sum of cells A3 to A8 in cell A9, enter the formula, equals to sum, A3 to A8. This will calculate the sum of the value in cell A9. So we can say cells A3 to A8 has some relationship with cell A9. Now copy the formula in cell A9 and paste it into cell C9. Look, this formula that we have set for A9 is equals to sum, A3 to A8, but adjusted himself to equals to sum, C3 to C8. By default, Excel can carry forward the cell reference and adjusts to refer to the corresponding cell. In our previous lessons, we explored relative references. Now, let's delve into absolute references. Absolute references are a powerful tool in Excel that allows you to lock cell references so they remain fixed when you copy a formula to other cells. This is especially useful when you want to reference a constant value or a total that should not change. Let's consider a data set with purchase figures in column A and a tax rate in cell F3, and profit margin in H3. To calculate the sale price with tax for each row, we can use the formula equals to within bracket, B5 plus B5 into $F$3, plus B5 plus B5 into $F$3, bracket close into $H$3 in cell C5. If we copy this formula down to cell C3 to C10, the reference to cell F3 and H3 will adjust to calculate the total sales price with tax for each row, based on the corresponding sales price figure in column A. To quickly create an absolute reference, select the cell reference in the formula bar and press the F4 key. This will toggle between different types of references: relative, absolute, absolute row, and absolute column. In this case, we want an absolute column reference, so we'll press F4 once to add the $, before the column letter. In our previous lessons, we explored relative and absolute references. Now, let's delve into mixed references, which offer a combination of the two. Definition: mixed references allow you to lock either the row or the column reference while keeping the other flexible. This is particularly useful when you want to maintain a consistent reference to a specific row or column while allowing the other part of the formula to adjust. Imagine you have a table of sales data with product in column A, month in column B, monthly sales figures in column C, and price per unit in cell D4. you want to calculate the total sales for the product per month, and that will be displayed on column A. In cell E4, enter the formula, equals to C4 asterisk $D$4. This formula will calculate the total sale figures for the month January 2024. $D$4 is the absolute reference to cell E4, ensures that the formula always refers to the unit price of the product, even when copied down. C4 is the relative reference to cell E4, allows the formula to adjust to the corresponding cell in column B for each product. So we are watching a combination of absolute and relative reference in a single formula, that's why it is a mixed references. Now copy the formula in cell E5 to E7. Notice how the formula adjusts to calculate the total sales for product for each month, while the reference to column E remains fixed. To create a mixed reference, simply add a $sign before either the row or the column reference. For example, $D$4 locks the row and column. We can use F4 key of the keyboard. To provide or remove $sign from the cell reference, just select the cell or cells and press the F4 key. Mixed references are often used in scenarios where you need to maintain a consistent reference to a specific row or column while calculating values across a range of cells. Mixed references provide flexibility in your formulas by allowing you to combine absolute and relative references. By mastering mixed references, you can create more efficient and adaptable spreadsheets. Thanks for watching, Mastering Formulas and Functions, Excel for Beginners Part 4. We've covered a lot of ground in this video on mastering formulas and functions in Excel. We've explored basic formulas, common functions, and different types of cell references. Now, I want to hear from you. What other Excel topics would you like me to cover in future videos? Share your requests in the comments below. Also, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to this channel for more Excel tutorials and tips. Your feedback is invaluable in helping me create content that meets your specific needs. Let's continue our learning journey together.